Hump. Well, don't wiggle that hump necessarily. You could break something. Good morning, everybody. How are you all? Let me turn that down. Let me just turn that down. Turn down the hump. Happy Hump Day song. I'm just going to shrink that up a little bit. And let's see, we'll shrink that up a little bit. And here we are. Let's just see if we're live and can you hear me? Just do that real quick, double check. Thanks for tuning in. What do you think of that logo? There's an actual link in the description to this live stream where you can order a t-shirt with that logo on it. Okay, it says we're live. And I hear me talking in the background, so that's good. We're gonna pull that down so that I have that there, and then I have my other screens over here. Oh, look at that. There we go. All right, folks, how are you all? Let's see. Are you there? There we go. Live stream is going. There's a heart. Oh, wait a minute. What do we got there? There's a heart. Okay. What is this other stuff? Show your support for SubaruSteve. Uh-oh, my wife just walked in the house on my live stream. Honey, come in here and say hello to everybody. Darling. She went mute on me. Anyways, folks, here we go. Let's see. We got things on there you can show support with. One of the things I thought was really neat is if you went to, and there's the link in the description, it'll take you over to my SubaruSteve Show store. Can you believe that? I have a store. You can too. But look, if you want to take a look at my store, let's see, how does this work? I want the store to go full screen. What did I do here? I've come to a new realization that I've gotten confused. That's out. Okay, we get rid of the graphic. We get rid of the bills. Pull back up this. There we are there. Okay, well, anyways, folks, I'm not going to get into this. There's the store if you want to go look at it. There's plenty of things to order from. More to be at. Look at this one. When I'm actually offline. Yeah, I can't make this stuff up, folks. Well, I can make it up. I did make it up, right? Anyways. Go to the store, check it out. The link's in the description to this very live stream right now. You can do that. Checking my solo Bitcoin miner out for those of you who have been paying attention. I am no closer to winning 3.5 Bitcoins than I was yesterday. In fact, my odds are 1 in 125.9 trillion. Yeah, I said trillion. My odds of winning this Bitcoin block on this solo miner is like 1 in, I don't know why they don't just say 126 trillion instead of 125.9. I guess it's because numbers don't lie, right? So 125, my odds are 1 in 125 million. I don't never need to buy a lottery ticket again for $1.50 a year. I'm playing the lottery like every 10 minutes. I think I get a new batch to solve and work on. Anyways, more on that later. Let's get into the show here, folks. It's Hump Day. Did you know that? You knew that. Come on. Come on. You knew that. I know you knew that because that's why you're here, right? I hope so. In fact, maybe you're not here live, but if you are here live, stick around. I got something for you, too. So let's talk about this. Another exciting midweek Hump Day excuse for fun. Now, if I had a teleprompter, it'd be something like that. I'd be reading it, and I would be looking something like this. Well, why is it I've done discombobulated myself once more. Let's do this again. Welcome to another exciting midweek Hump Day special and an excuse for fun. Oh yeah, the fun has just begun. Why? Well, because if you didn't know, many people use Hump Day as a reason to do something enjoyable, like treating themselves to a nice meal, not a fast food lunch, something better, or planning a midweek break. I don't know why I get tongue-tied reading my own words that I typed out minutes ago, half hour ago. Planning a midweek break. Maybe catch a quick movie. You know what? I've done that. I've been on a full-time job and just needed a break in the middle of the week. Said, I'm going to lunch. I'll be back in a couple hours. I got something I got to go do. And went to a movie. And when I got out of the movie and went back to work, I felt great. I was really relaxed. I was ready to go back and knock every ball out of the park. Yeah, that's true. I had to think about it, make sure that was quick. Or maybe calling a loved one every Wednesday on Hump Day. Maybe that's something you decide is something that's going to be recharge and push through to Friday. It's going to be the perfect time to recharge and push through Friday, right? Recognize Hump Day for what it is, middle of the week, right? What do you do to get through Hump Day? Yeah, you, the viewer. I had to make sure, but you're looking good today. I hope you feel as good as you look. Anyways, well, what do you do to get through Hump Day? Everyone who contributes a comment, pay attention now because we're talking a giveaway. Everyone who contributes a comment and be nice will be entered into a special Hump Day drawing. Yeah, to take place sometime within the next 24 hours. So you live viewers, get in right now because who knows when I'm just going to go, oh, let me do that now. But within the next 24 hours, that means the drawing could happen at any moment. So make sure you get your comments in now. You live viewers, I will copy the comments over. I'll make sure those don't get overlooked. Remember, you do not have to be a subscriber to receive any of the gifts that I offer, but it sure would be a nice way of saying, hey, Subaru Steve, thank you for what you're doing. Keep it up. I support you. That's, just those little things, like, subscribing, sharing, that kind of stuff. Now, I'll announce the entries are closed in a pinned comment prior to the drawing. That means I come back to this live stream on the rewind and I'll pin that the entries are closed. Who will enter and win a free fast food lunch courtesy the SubaruSteve Show? Oh, yeah, it could be you. Oh, yeah, ask people like Daffy Dog 12 or I had the other side. I just mailed them the other day. Who did I just mail one to? Lois D. I've had several winners. You could be one too. I hope you'll subscribe. And now, the most important thing about today's Hump Day message, right? I even have it on there. Personal hygiene of old men and Hump Day fun live on the SubaruSteve Show. Let's see how this goes. Personal hygiene. Now, for some old man, personal hygiene is not a concern. Nope. For some, it should be old men. For some old men, personal hygiene concerns. Yesterday, I asked on my live stream, should I shave? I had a big messy beard. It was shabby and the mustache came way down here. I looked older, right? So I started thinking this morning, well, yesterday I thought about shaving it off. Then this morning I started thinking, why do old men grow that long, nasty gray looking, who knows what's living inside of it? Yeah, you walk around, you're old like you don't give a damn. And maybe you don't give a damn, but other people do. Other people like you. They want to see you. They want you to look good. Okay, think about that for a second while I get back on this. So why don't more old men shave their beards, their mustache, their eyebrows? I have an obsession. I don't want to call it a fetish. It's an obsession. Taking tweezers, and when I'm watching TV, I'm just sitting there plucking hairs out of my ears. I probably have the most hairless ears of anybody 68 years old living within a 1 mile radius of me right now. Yeah, you want to see? No, that's kind of weird. Don't look in my ear. If I can't see it, you can't either. So, anyways, maybe it's they don't shave because they're lazy. Maybe they just say, you know what, I don't have to shave anymore. I'm not going to. I'm tired. I'm too tired to go shave. Oh, Anthony V. I don't know if you know who Anthony V is. If you don't, go back, look up Subaru Steve and Anthony V. and check out the live podcasts and live streams we did for almost 10 years. They're all on YouTube. Anthony V. and Subaru Steve. Anthony used to always go around and go, I'm tired. Oh, I'm tired. Now, this was a very young, athletic, strong male who, looking at me being older, I look tired. Maybe that's why we grow these massively ugly looking beards, is because we want to hide the fact that we're tired. Why aren't we hiding the fact that we're old? Just saying. Maybe it's old age stubbornness after working in the corporate world most of your life. Always having to wear a tie, always having to have your hair cut just right, always have to be clean shaven. Maybe it's because you think you look cool with that beard, I thought, do I look cool? No, I looked horrible. Every day I looked in the mirror. And what's even worse, and some of you with these beards know what I'm talking about right now, warm day. Maybe it's warm in your home right now or whatever, and you lean, just whatever, and just all of a sudden it just feels like a nuisance. Almost like whatever a Brillo pad might feel like on your chin. And if you don't know what a Brillo pad is, look it up. Google search it, Brillo, a Brillo pad. Well, if you think you look cool with an old beard, an old man's beard, you don't. Actually, you look old. And you know what? Forgive me if I'm the only one that's ever told you that, because my wife tells me it a lot whenever I'm growing that thing. But you look old. I looked old. An old gray beard is on an old man. And I don't care how proud you say you are of being an old man. We both know if you're retired, we've accomplished that full-time hustle and grind. And we looked good doing it. Why wouldn't we want to look good in our older years? Just saying. Nope. You look old if you got that old beard. You look ancient. In fact, an afterthought of a day gone by. I look at people, I've seen them. I see other Uber Lyft drivers at the airport waiting for a ride, and I look around and I see most of the old guys have that gray thing. Some of them have this, right? We'll talk about this in a moment. But I look at them and I go, I wonder what they did their whole life to end up here. Like me, I do Uber Lyft Mondays and Fridays. I'm going to go out this morning and do 1 or 2 rides. I like driving. Never had an accident. I enjoy what I'm doing. But I look at people like that and go, I wonder what they did. Let me ask you this. Do you really think that look that you're sporting makes folks like, well, I don't know if you've seen Jim Carrey with his beard. Better yet, or letter yet, David Letterman. You think David Letterman looks good with that? I kind of look at it as a statement of anti-social expectations that we always look good. We should always look good, though. We shouldn't say at the end of our retirement, oh my goodness, I'm going to grow my long beard. What about the end of your work week? How many of you say, I'm not shaving Saturday or Sunday? It's the weekend. Developing a bad habit. So, in the spirit of Hump Day and Hump Day fun, I decided to shave this morning. Yeah, I had this shabby thing all over me, and I experimented. I kind of shaved it off down to here and had these really long gray sideburns, and I said, oh no, totally missing the point here. And I shaved this off and this off, and I had this long thing coming down under my chin. I said, no, let me get that off too. And then I said, oh, I got a goatee. Let me pause until tomorrow with the goatee, right? Why? Because I listen to the viewers that watch my live streams. I see each and every comment. I respond accordingly. Sometimes it's just a thumbs up and a heart, showing my love for your support. But yesterday, I believe it was Colleen who suggested, because I was thinking about cutting it all off, and she said, why not a goatee? I think I replied, I know I replied, because I typed it out, HMMM ... right? So instead of whacking off the whole thing this morning, I decided to give the goatee a short run on behalf of Colleen before my spring thing lean and clean look. All right, spring thing lean and clean look. I don't know how I make this stuff up. What do you think? Will I look better without this or with it? Will I look better with a long gray beard or a paper bag over my head? You, the viewer, you decide. Use the comments. Let me know what you're thinking right now. Your comments also get you entered in to a free fast food lunch drawing, a second one for this week. And as it stands right now, it is going to be a lunch at Sonic. Sonic, yeah, you just pull up, press a button, and tell them what you want, and they'll bring it to your car. If you've never been to Sonic, they got chili dogs, they got tater tots, they got cheeseburgers, hamburgers. They got all kinds of stuff there. The menu is so big, there's no way I could even do them justice. So check them out. And listen, folks, thank you for tuning in. I am live Sunday through Thursdays at 8 a.m. live. Don't forget Sebastian Wayne, Drake Rogers, or Team Green. That's a Tuesday Shocking Truth show that I do. And tomorrow, Speaking Politically where I will do my very best to come up with some political conversation that's trending. I like that word, trending, and try to stay neutral. I don't want to take sides either way. You know what? Republican, Democrat, independent. I know I'm an American. Okay, I'm an American first, a United States citizen. That should be above politics. Think about that. Anyways, catch me live tomorrow for Speaking Politically. And if you really want to support the channel, I invite you. Let me just see if I can. Why can't I bring that up? What did I do? What did I do to my screen right here, which made it think it's okay to do this, Subaru Steve? I want to make that big screen. I don't. Oh, there we go. Kill that. Well, I got the Daffy dog. I gave my boyfriend's mom cinnamon rolls yesterday. Okay, I was going to go okay, but I remember you're getting into the comments and you're talking about things you do that are good and positive. And Daffy, that's Tracy. That's a very good positive thing to do. Give your boyfriend's mom cinnamon rolls yesterday, unless she's struggling with weight issues. You know, and you gave your boyfriend's mom. How many boyfriends? Oh no, wait a minute. That would have been boyfriend's mom's, not boyfriend's mom. Mom means one. That's singular. I got it. I got it. Check out the store though, folks. I just lost the store that quick. How do I do stuff like that? You know? Okay, let's get back to the Happy Hump Day song, and we're going to conclude this. Bum, bum. Wiggle that hump and do the jump. Happy Hump Day, hump, hump, hump. And goodbye, Subaru Steve. Day, hump, hump. The hump. Happy Hump Day, hump, hump.